So how the substances that are absorbed in the intestines, yes, so here, will get into the liver, and why they get to the liver at all. So there are two things. First of all, during the absorption of the substances get into two different fluids. Yes, most of the things are getting to the bloodstream, but lipids are getting into the interstitial fluid that changes to the lymph. Generally, it travels through the lymph. And both of those fluids, so the blood, the venous blood that gets from the intestines, and the lymph through the lymphatic vessels, needs to get into the liver. Why it needs to get into the liver? Why those substances needs to get to the liver? Because liver has a lot of useful functions. It is, for example, detoxifying. It is also managing the lipids by the using of the chylomicrons. It is managing the glucose. It can produce the glycogen to store excess of the glucose. It has myriad of different chemical functions. This is the chemical factory of the organism. So thanks to this, when the substances will get into the liver, they would get processed before they would get into the rest of the organism. For example, toxins would first get to the liver, and then only if the liver would not be able to process it, they would go to the rest of the organism. This is extremely useful. Yes, in the patients that some of the blood flow gets immediately from the intestines to the general circulation, they are intoxicated generally all the time because of the toxins from the bacteria in the intestines, because of some toxins in the food. There are a lot of toxins that we absorb from the intestines, but nearly all of them are dealt with by the liver. Yes. Also, the good substances, needed substances, needs to be pre-processed by the liver in order for them to be useful, not harmful for the rest. Yes, so we need to process the substances that we absorb, and this absorption is done by the liver. Yes, so we need to get this blood to the liver. However, there is a small problem. You know that normally the blood flows from the arteries to the capillaries and then to the veins. Yes, but we have a situation like that, that the artery supplied the intestines, then we have the capillaries that absorbed the nutrients, toxins, everything in the intestines. Then we have the veins, but this vein gets to the bigger vein, to the portal vein that gets into the liver. So thanks to this, that the liver is taking care of all of it, we are relatively safe, and this is the mechanism by which this is possible. Yes, that all of the blood and all of the lymph is getting first through the liver, and then just then through the rest of the organism.